In other news, Israeli nationalists swept through the narrow streets of Jerusalem's Old City on Thursday, chanting anti-Palestinian slogans during the annual Jerusalem Day March, while many Palestinian residents remained barricaded indoors. The parade, which is organized annually in Jerusalem to celebrate what Israeli authorities call the reunification of Jerusalem, following Israel's capture and annexation of East Jerusalem in the 1967 Arab-Israeli War. The annexation of East Jerusalem, which is home to a predominantly Palestinian population, is not recognized by the United Nations. The parade also saw participation of Israeli far-right ministers Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich.
Happy Jerusalem Day. Today, we raised the flag on the Temple Mount. Thank God we had the quietest Ramadan, and we will continue and continue. Death to terrorists and more laws and more good things for the sake of this people. Happy Jerusalem Day.
The Israeli police threw up barricades around Damascus Gate area for the march, preventing Palestinians who do not live in the Old City from entering. Palestinian shopkeepers in the Old City said that they were forced to close ahead of the parade.
So today is the Jerusalem Day. It's the day to commemorate the occupation of East Jerusalem. And there is a march of extremist settlers in the Muslim quarter of the Old City. They're attacking Palestinians, they're vandalizing the stores, and we came here today to prevent that, to shield with our body and make sure that they won't be able to attack the Palestinians and vandalize the stores.
Now, over the years, the annual march has repeatedly descended into violence, with groups of young ultra-nationalists targeting Palestinians with racist chants, intimidation and assaults. While Palestinians view the Jerusalem Day procession as part of a broader campaign to bolster Jewish presence across the city to their detriment. They have long sought East Jerusalem as the capital of a future Palestinian state. Now, on the other hand, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Foreign Minister Gideon Saar have threatened the initiation of a defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. The American Daily had published a piece denouncing allegedly widespread sexual abuse against Palestinian detainees. In a joint statement, the respective officers said that the opinion column written by Nicholas Kristof was one of the most hideous and distorted lies ever published against the state of Israel. The statement further read that the piece was published with the explicit backing from the newspaper. Kristof's NYT reports that alleged a pattern of widespread sexual violence by Israeli soldiers, settlers, interrogators throughout of the West Bank, and it had featured testimonies gathered from 14 women and men who pinned blame on Israeli forces for the sexual aggression. Responding to the warning from Israel, the New York Times responded that any legal claim over the deeply reported opinion column, it lacked merit.